And we're live. We're back. Wasn't Myron Golden spectacular? Wasn't that amazing? Amazing stuff. My mind's blown, but I can't wait to bring on the last speaker on the last day. We're going to wrap EdgeCon up with this speaker. Her name is Hanna Daphne Bauer, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Hanna. I met Hanna at Ziglar. She's a Ziglar sister. I'm a Ziglar brother to her. She's a sister to me. We've got to know each other over the past 6 years, I think it was. And this individual has been at the top of her industry and went all the way down to the bottom. And now she's building back up and she's at the top of her industry again. And all of this was because certain things happened that was out of her control. And she is an overcomer. Put your hands together. Please make welcome my friend, Hanna Daphne Bauer. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so much. Thanks for having me.
They are excited to hear what you have to say.
And instead of today, I was pondering for the last couple of months of really what to bring to you that will give you value for this last moment. It really came down with what is the will, what is the way, and the opportunities that we have as entrepreneurs, as business owners, to be able to grow. I was actually challenged by Steve yesterday when he talked about the professional story is something that he shared, but he didn't really go into that personal story. And I really want to take the time to thank Dave for allowing us to share that personal story in the context of faith. Because really, without faith, there's really no point to what we're doing. We're just a shooting in the dark. But with faith, it's not a step into the dark. It's a step into the light. And one of the main things that we need to start just looking at is realizing that everything that's worthwhile really is uphill. Right? Everything that's worthwhile. So our opportunity really comes in is in defining, well, what is worth? What is that worthiness? What is it worthy of me to give my whole life for? Well, the one thing is that it does take courage to even take a look at that question. I heard growing up many times the whole take heart, right? Take heart, go for it. Well, in 1992, I became the scientific breakthrough for Eggleston Children's Hospital in the heart. My story was actually published in the hospital because it was a pioneer surgery. You see, I was the first one ever to have this procedure done. And now this same procedure has been used over and over and over again to save the lives of over 2,000 children. Now, we didn't expect that to happen. We were looking for a solution. We were responding to the interruption. But how God would have it, that we would find a solution, a family among pioneers. Because that's what you are. You're a pioneer. Just like in entrepreneurship. When there's no opportunity, when there's no hope, that's your go. That's what's in our DNA. With our businesses, when all situations seem to be going down, when the marketplace seems to be going down, when our customers are gone, that's our go. That's where you set the stage. And just like that, I would have never thought that one day will be the pioneer for the very surgery because of looking for a response to my problem that will save the life of many thousands. And that goes on to what feeding your faith or feeding your fears. And this is the part where it is so critical for you. Because what are you going to feed? Whatever you focus on grows. What definition have you allowed to take over your dream? You see, it's not enough for you to be taken down. That's what adversity tries to do. That's what situations try to do. It wants to take you down. But that's not enough. It wants to take your dream down. It wants to take your purpose down. Why? Because that's what's going to affect others. That's what's going to help others. So in this, and just not only the definition, what definitions have you taken on for you as a business owner, as a person, that are getting in the way, that you don't need to be use them as a definition, but use them as an opportunity to discover who you really are. And then also to be able to feed the faith. Every step is feeding the faith. But as we know, adversity has a way to make itself known, also publicly. And that is one thing about adversity that we do see, that we do have to go through, because hope has got to be that motivator that continues to take you forward. But in that hope, it's not just an idea. It is really the assurance, it's measurable steps that you're taking. It's who you are surrounding yourself with. It's intentionality, not just when the crisis comes, but right now. So what you're doing at this moment, being here, that's 3 days, you are charging up. You are recharging. You may not be going through a crisis right now or a moment where you suddenly need like a lifeline, but you're getting all built up. So for when those moments come, you are already ready. You are already motivated. You don't have to get motivated. You're already there. It rains on the just and the unjust. Storms come, but they don't last forever. But when they do come, you are already ready. Perspective. Don't hide your scars. Your scars don't define you. And although you may have scars where you think they led nowhere, no place because they didn't work, it is those scars that paved the way for you to be and do those great things that you're about to do. It is one more step in the process. It is one more step in the adversity. Do not hide your scars. That's how we relate to one another. Do not hide your scar. Let it be seen. Let it be known. Honor your story. Honor your scars. That's the way we learn. We never lose if we learn. The scar's never a waste if we got to the cure. And it saved thousands of lives. It is not a waste. And you know who decides if it's a waste? You. Make a decision today that those things that didn't work, those plans that didn't work, those businesses, those scars, those things that you're carrying even from the past, do not avoid your scar, but let your scar shine in light of what the truth is, and that is that you are here because of those scars. From adversity to creation. So what does a lifelong adversity overcomer have to tell you? Just a few of the hacks I have learned along the way. And the first one is be interrupted. That's what an adverse activity is. That's what a crisis is. You have been interrupted. We have been interrupted. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. An interruption happens so that you don't conform, because otherwise, what are we? Too comfortable. Be interrupted. Be intentional. Again, everything you do throughout your life is a lifestyle. Being intentional, being on purpose. How are you being intentional today? And be empowered. By being intentional with all the information gathering, be empowered and knowing that yes, you can. It's in your DNA. You have been made for this. You have been equipped for this. And be renewed. Be renewed in the fact that you have people here like Dave, like the speakers, like the stories, like your own story. Be renewed knowing that you're not doing this by yourself, because you're not. First of all, God is for you. And get up. You know, when I was on a stretcher, I remember as a child having that choice to get up. And I'm asking you today, what is your stretcher? Are you on a stretcher? Because that stretcher can lead you to the morgue, or it can lead you to life. That stretcher could be disappointment, failure, financial troubles, marriages. But I'm telling you, get up. Get up and be transformed. How are you transformed? By helping transform others. And that's what we're calling right now. We're calling for an army of entrepreneurs, of business owners that are willing to go and be courageous and be transformed and putting the principles that you have learned in this last 3 days, putting them to work and taking a step and taking a step and taking a step. And as you are transformed internally, you'll be transformed externally. Don't be afraid of your scars. Don't be afraid to fail, because you never do. You always win when you learn.